Shalom,
Shalom.
shalom. First and foremost, before we begin, we like to give all praise, all glory, all honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachachadash.
double honors unto the apostles and elders of great milestone. As always, we say shalom unto the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Right, these are brothers here.
Chana, Mayasha Allah.
And Isaiah coming back to you with another lesson. Lord, will it is edifying. Right, and what we wanted to do here was differentiate, right, or distinguish the men that the Lord has put upon the earth, right? And when we say differentiate or distinguish the men the Lord put upon the earth, we mean from the perspective of, the chosen seed, the chosen lineage, and the rest of the nations on the earth, right? So aforetime, before we were known as the Israelites, right, and the other 17 nations on the earth, they were known as they are known today, or in biblical times, it was three classes of men, right? It was the sons of God, right? You could get that in Luke, the 3rd chapter,
Right here.
and go from read this song. Let's bring it up. I believe it's from verse 36,
Yeah, we go.
right? From 34, Salake, right?
Right. The book of Luke chapter 3 and verse 34. Which was the son of Jacob, which was the son of Isaac, which was the son of Abraham, which was the son of Terah, which was the son of Nahor, which was the son of Saruk, which was the son of Ragua, which was Ragau.
So, let me get up on another translation. But I read it in another translation because the names written in Greek and the same as in the Hebrew. So when you read earlier the Bible in the Old Testament, you won't see the names like that. So this one, we just get
The GNT.
GNT. Go ahead, say okay.
Start from 35.
Yeah, 34.
Right, they Luke 3 and 34 in GNT. The son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the son of Abraham, the son of Terah, the son of Nahor, the son of Serug, the son of Reu, the son of Peleg, the son of Eber, the son of Shelah, the son of Canaan, the son of Arphaxad, the son of Shem, the son of Noah, the son of Lamech, the son of Methuselah, the son of Enoch, the son of Jared, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Kenan, the son of Enosh, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, the son of God.
Right. So when I read it in the KJV now, it says the final verse, it says which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God. Right. So when I read through, which we didn't do, of course, for time's sake, when I read through this lineage here, it ties Yahushai, right, son of David, as Matthew 1 puts it, son of Abraham, right, because he had to come from the loins and lineage of David, as 1 Samuel, the 17th chapter.
I want faith to real quick.
So I can just get, I think it's 1 Samuel 17. Not 17, 2 Samuel 7.
2 Samuel 14.
2 Samuel 14 promises me to David that one of thy loins and lineage.
7 from 14.
2 Samuel 7, 14. Right.
You from 12 actually.
No, I just wanted to make sure right. So 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter, you could read from verses
12. I'll go higher.
From 8 till about 17, right? And you'll get a history which Nathan the prophet came to David and tell him, one of thy loins and lineage, right, shall build me an house, right, that shall never be destroyed, etc., etc., all pointing towards the house. They would, like Christians would tell you that Solomon, no, Solomon kingdom ended. That promise here was to give David a son that will rule on his throne forever. Right? And only one man could fit that. Right? And when you read Revelation 22 and 16, It says, I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I'm the root and the offspring of David. So he's one of David's descendants. So Luke, the third chapter, links Yahushua. No, Matthew, the first chapter, links Yahushua from
Joseph.
Abraham to David, to him being of the loins and lineage of David. You look the third chapter carries him all the way back to Adam. Right?
Oh.
And then the final verse in that Luke the third chapter tells you that Adam was the son of God. So the lineage, right? So in the Bible, right, a lineage or a nation is reckoned upon a man, or what you would call a man. So we could be called the nation of Jacob, but Genesis 35, Jacob's name was changed from Jacob to Israel to be known as the Israelites today. So what would Adam of them be known as? Because Luke the third chapter proves to you that the Israelites wasn't on the scene and stuff. So what they would have called them? The sons of God.
There are
That
two
the
things.
sons of God do.
There are two things they was referred to as the sons of God and the sons of Adam. Is Deuteronomy 32 and 8, and you get Genesis 5 and 1. In Deuteronomy 32 and 8, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he said the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right, so you see that you reckon, or the nation reckon after its progenitor. Right, so we establish here the sons of God lineage, and I'm proven that the Israelites could also be called sons of God. One, because Israel goes back to what Yasha Allah, he prince of the power, right? Just another way to say son of God. Because prince is what? Son of a king. Who's the king? Yahweh and Yahushua, right? So the sons of God lineage ties back to the Israelites, because that Luke the third chapter links the fourth kingdom, or the fourth nation in from Israel, the lineage of Judah, all the way back to Adam, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? So that is sons of God. When they go to the Genesis, the 5th chapter, Genesis, the 5th chapter, right? This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that power created man, in the likeness of power made he him. So Adam was made after the likeness of power, right? When you go to the 6th chapter, now we see that it's,
now, read down. Read the verse 3.
it's a more
Yeah.
male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam. So the chosen lineage of the Lord would have, which we go into that. I made you a part to here. The chosen lineage that the Lord has in the earth, he called their name Adam on that day, in the day when he created, in the day when they were created, as it says here in verse 3. Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, right? After his image, and called his name Seth, and that's how they will continue on just like that. A man in your own likeness, your own image, begetting sons. When you read through this entire chapter here,
Because I think that could also refer to that probably I'll be looking the same and thing, but his own image and likeness,
yeah,
same
so that
meaning.
you are going to the image and likeness. You have to.
You go there and get a
Because
precept after that real quick.
They see
Remember.
the separation of the sons on the earth, because this we have to going to distinguish it. I'm not going now. So like I was looking for. There's the money, so. Alright, look at it. Genesis 5 and 1. It says, when you go into the word likeness.
My name, I'll tell you quick. Yeah, I'm sorry, I read from 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Right, so that's what supposed to take place. That happens through lineages. Right, so it literally happens through, your physical seed. Right, will leave one behind like you, because literally descend from you. But then the likeness part comes from what? Him being grown up and brought up in a way that you were grown up and brought up, with the same statutes and principles you had as a man passed on to him. And these statutes and principles we had as a nation, or as a man starting from Adam, is the Lord's statutes and commandments. Like that was the separation. We wanted to get into here first.
A precept after that too,
What we wanted to get into here was the fact that there is a separation. right? So they go now to likeness is the Hebrew word
Damawat.
damawat, right? It says likeness. Hebrews 1823, it says likeness, similitude, in the likeness of, like as, which resemblance concretely models shape, adverbially like, fashion, manner, similitude. So they have the same manners, right? It's the Dama, it says,
Yeah, it shows.
yeah. The Strong's H 1819, it says to be like, resemble, to liken, compare, to imagine, think, to make oneself like, right? So this is what was done with Adam and his lineage, right? Adam was made after the likeness of the Most High, and his lineage started with Seth because the Rasul was made after his likeness.
Because in the Genesis, the 4th chapter, they give you the lineage of Cain, but they separate the lineage of Cain from the lineage of Adam. Reason being is because Cain didn't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Which
When
you're
they go
going to
down,
go into, right? So now,
you go
you
to that
see,
right.
we go to Genesis 6 now, and the scene here, it says, and it came to pass, 6 from 1, it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them same men, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose. Right, so people would like to sit down and tell you that these is angels. No, this is, you just explain it a little. The other lineage called the sons of God lineage. Genesis 5 gives you that account, right? And they see now it as what? The daughters of men. We want to go into now the separation. Where would they separate? Right? Now we prove that in the 5th chapter, the lineage which was separated, but how they were separated. When we go to the 2nd chapter in Genesis, it says, we can bring the precept here after it.
I got
It says, Genesis 2 and 7, and the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right? You see? Looking for him to call his name Adam. You see? Prince called his name Adam.
any apocrypha. Any apocrypha.
Let's see. Let's see.
No, you never see that.
Never say call his name, right?
No.
When the man, right, Genesis 2 and 7, and the Lord formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils a breath of life, and man became a living soul. You know this man was Adam, right? Later Adam gave you the name, right? So what take place here is the Lord, because when you go to Genesis 1 and 24, 25, Salakia, Genesis 1 and 20, Salakia. And power said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that had life. Right? You know, all man going to that word creature and going to the etymology line for the word creature. Everybody falls on that creature. Man, woman, child, beast, cat, anything that moving and breathing falls under the creature. So we know all mankind was created on the 5th day here. Right? Because the 23rd verse tells you this was the 5th day. But since all man was already created, what do you mean he formed the man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul? He gave unto him the laws, the statutes, and commandments. And he separated this lineage, Genesis, the 5th chapter lineage, from all the race of men upon the face of the earth. Right? I'll show you his second address here.
I didn't know I was going for about that. That's
You
second
can bring it
interest.
out because I already want a second interest. Because it talks about second interest 3 and verse 7 and until like well, verse 5 will tell you talking about second interest 3 reading from verse 5 and gave us a body unto Adam without soul,
Without soul, right?
which was the workmanship of thine hands, and did this breathe into him the breath of life.
So I can show you from 4.
From 4. Second is 3 from 4. O Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, who bears rule, thou spakest at the beginning when thou didst plan the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people.
So it had people, a multitude of them.
And gavest a body unto Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted, before ever the earth came forward. And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way. So we know now that the separation the Lord did with all the people on the face of the earth was he gave a certain lineage through a certain man, the laws, the statutes, the commandments. You go more into the particles, you gotta be a part two. Right? So we wanna know what take place with the rest of them. Right? When you read Sirach, the 17th chapter. From verse Sirach, I wanna get to the point. 4. 5 from 5.
Right.
Okay, read it in our next transition one time. Masha. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place he imparted them understanding, and the 7th speech, and interpreter of the commutations thereof. So we take place here. That man walking upon the face of the earth. But they received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord. So now there's a distinguishing between man and beast being done here, you see, you know. Because beast, because it's the 5 operations. Taste, touch, sight, smell, sound. A dog could taste, a dog could smell, a dog could
Touch.
see, a dog could touch, and a dog does hear. But he separated man from dog by what? What did he do? In the 6th place he imparted them understanding. So the way in which a man does carry about his business and a dog does carry about his business is 2 different ways. A man does walk uprightly. A man could fix a car. A man could read, a dog can't do them things. And in the 7th, an interpreter of the and in the 7th speech, an interpreter of the connotation thereof. So we're going through a man's mind, he could utter out with his voice. Right? You could read it in the 5th, next transition.
Yeah, the 5th
So
verse,
the 5th the separation between man and beast. And then there would be in the second part we go into the further separation between man and man. Right?
well, daddy thing, this one here,
James,
it don't have the 5th verse.
you know the 5th verse? Let me see if I have it.
Is that the first Jacob only? I don't want to do English language.
No. If you want to see the 5th verse, it's at a, oh shit, you know that?
Oh, like it. It's at a presser.
Yeah, look. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright.
So, reading from verses 4. Sirach 17 from 4 in the GNT. He made all other creatures afraid of them. He gave them authority over all animals and birds. Verse 5. The Lord gave them the 5 senses, but he also gave them his 6th. Intelligence, and his 7th, reason, which enables them to interpret what comes to them through the senses.
Right, so there's a distinction between man and beast. But it had a distinction between man and man. Right, so we're going to discuss here what took place with the other men upon the face of the earth, and the wicked, and what took place with what took place with the Israelites will come in the second part, but what took place with the
Nations.
other nations, right? Ecclesiastes 3 and 16, 3 and 18, right?
Right? The Ecclesiastes 3 and verses 18. I said in mine heart.
You better have the precept here. How we do it? If you have it in a physical hard copy.
Nah, good. Good.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 18. I said in mine heart concerning the state of the sons of men, that power might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
That what power? Like, so the sons are men. You see, the lineage that the sons of God will go on to in Genesis 6, the men from that, or that entire nation, aka that 18 nations upon the face of the earth. One is the Israelite lineage, the sons of God.
That one, how you say, one righteous nation.
One righteous lineage, right? I'm gonna tell you what makes us righteous in that in part 2. Then there's
Heathen nations.
the other heathen nations.
Other heathen nations. There's really
17, but it have one that separate me, where is wicked. So the others is men.
Them worse than heathens.
Right. Okay, so them worse than the heathens. Them wicked are the least, right? Because it had 17 other heathen nations. 16 would be classified as the sons of men, and the other one is the seed of the wicked, right? So when they go into the
It's like it had a precept too in our Revelation. It said this fell upon the third part of men.
who for these were made to say the third part of men. That's Genesis, Revelation 9. By these were the third part of men slain.
Yeah.
Genesis 9 and 20, 17, 15. And 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part, and more proof that it have 3 categories of men within the scriptures.
Whenever I hear third, that is 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. Right, so 1 out of 3 are the men the Lord create upon the earth. 1 out of the 3 categories of men the Lord create upon the earth is the wicked. And we're gonna discuss that third and then the other third, right? So it have there's Ecclesiastes 3 and 6 and 18 as the brother just read. It says right, verse 19. And then we go into that word animal, because there's a preamble lesson. I went into the word animal and the etymology line, and you're gonna see that they're liking men there. But who are those men that fall under that animalistic state, that animalistic nature? Right.
Verse 19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man had no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity.
But how a man that preeminence over a beast is
So that we know.
Yeah, we know that animal is supposed to have fair woman. What they mean by no preeminence over a beast is this. They was separated from beasts to a great degree, right? You sit down and you see about if you go into India, because you be able to, that's why the Bible is the greatest book on earth. Be able to see what written here, understand what written here, and then see it play off in front of your fucking eyes, right? We talk about no preeminence over be ever go into them. We never went there, but we just see it on
YouTube.
we see it on Instagram. Right? When these people and them serving the street food, you see the nasty way in which they do the things, right? They have no decorum about themselves. They have no order. Right? These heathen nations, they have no order. They lack order. Why is that? You get Psalms in 19th chapter. Salakia, 14th chapter. Same message is echoed in Psalm 53rd chapter as well.
You look at Psalm chapter 14, and each one verse 1. The fool had said it.
Salakia. I wanted to read Ecclesiastes 3 and
A different
3 and
transition.
19. See what they say in a different translation. if it make it clear. After all, right, 3 and 18, I decided,
That Ecclesiastes 18, eh?
yeah, Ecclesiastes 3 and 18.
The
And what?
transition.
GNT have it in it.
Good.
God.
It says, I decided that power is testing us to show us that we are no better than animals. But in the KJV, it tell you, he look upon the estate of the sons of men. Right? The same fate awaits human beings and animals alike. One that is just like the other. They are the same kind of creature. A human being is no better off than an animal because life has no meaning for either. Let me see how we do our different transitions.
Because like the thing, it say the sons are men. That's very important because when you read the book of Psalm chapter 8 and verse 4, I believe it is. No. It's Proverbs.
Proverbs 8 and
Proverbs
4.
8 and 4 to water. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. The thing with that is this. It say to men I call, but his voice going towards his sons of man.
It's like
In the beginning, the Lord say he formed man from the ground. Although everybody else was formed, we get that understanding a little bit in the second part, we get to that understanding. But the Lord formed man from the ground, or formed people from the ground, but he gave the wisdom, understanding, and knowledge unto Adam, which was the first man. And if he's the first man, his sons would be what? The sons of man, not the sons of men. Because men were created, everybody was created, yes, but the Lord distinguished them from the other nations using wisdom, knowledge, and intelligence. Is the book of Sirach is 24 water. You get after?
yeah, got that. That go into the separation and we from them.
Okay.
But when they read the Ecclesiastes, now it say human beings, right? But and they read it in the GNT, but that human being statement could still hold true now. Because when they go to Psalms 8 and 6.
Psalms 8 and 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Psalms 8 and 6. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet.
Keep going.
All sheep and oxen, yea, and the beasts in the
Keep going.
Right.
and the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the parts of the seas. O Yahweh, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth.
So like it's one who say ye are gods, but you should
Psalms
82. So like 82 and 6. My apologies.
But I
82
this pray that you read that day too, because when they say the beasts of the field, they give him dominion over them. I don't just referring to the animals and things too. No. The Lord likened the sons of men unto beasts. Adam was what?
elevated above that.
Exactly, was Lord of all thy creatures. When you say the word Lord, that just means ruler. He used to rule over all the heathen nations, what is, was, and what was will be.
It is that.
When Yahweh shall come back, so like when Yahweh shall come back, he can do what? Rule over the heathen nations and rather, and then beginning where you think he was doing.
Beautiful, because that was no going to say Psalms 2nd chapter. It says what you're going to put the entire earth underneath Yahweh Shai feet, right? But it say what is Lord over all the beasts of the earth. When they read this Ecclesiastes 3 and 18, you have it in different translations. Tell you who them beasts also referring to. Right? But you can read the Psalms 82 and 6.
Look at Psalm chapter 82 and verse 6. I've said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, referring to the chosen lineage.
You are God, all of you are children of the Most High. That's the right there. So if you can read the Ecclesiastes 3 and 18 in the GNT, when they talk about the humans, the Israelites not really included because we elevate parts of human like it's gods, literally, right? Literally, his name Yasha Allah, he Prince of the Power. He was also known as a Son of God. Right? So I have it here, the Ecclesiastes 3 and 18, but I have it in BDE. It said, I said in my heart, it is because the sons of men, so it is because of the sons of men, so that power may put them to the test, that they may see themselves as beasts. Verse 19 BDE, it says, because the fate of the sons of men and the fate of beasts is the same. As the death of one is, so is the death of the other, and all have one spirit. Now I want to translate. All have one spirit. Man is not higher than this because all is to no purpose. Man, the man they're talking about is who? The sons of men. Right? So when you read now, in Psalms 14,
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Psalms 14, from 1 to the chief musician, a psalm of David. The fool had said in his heart, there is no power. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works, there is none that do it good.
Keep going.
Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek God. They are all gone aside, they are altogether become filthy. There is none that do it good, no, not one. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon Yahweh? It is that same one else just talk about, second just I can't remember.
Tree.
Three, it is did any it shall thy name be found anywhere but in
Yes,
Jacob.
second is just 3 from the 32nd verse come now. Right? So you're seeing that these heathen nations, they don't seek after power. And it was made so. It was purposely made so for the distinguishing.
That's Psalms 147
Exactly. Yeah, beautiful.
and 19.
Right?
Psalms 147 and verses 19, he shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
Right. So what was needed to make them or elevate them above the state in which they are now, that was not given unto them in the beginning. Right? No, in the kingdom, right? Because we also from this, not just the fact that I look up that word animal and get this, which you don't go into. I look up pursuing now is hot news in Israel recently. Them fucking bugouts are claiming the heathen nations could be saved. Well, no, they can't be saved. The Lord didn't elevate them to a state they need to.
To the point about
Because Salakia,
Good.
one of the biggest points or biggest, you say, factors in salvation is the elevation of these bodies. And the elevation of these bodies is going to come via what? The second covenant. And the second covenant basically is the first covenant being put in our body that cannot break. Right? So now my thing is this.
Where the heathens are part of the first
Covenant.
covenant.
Exactly. Because the law was a part of the first covenant. But that don't make it, you and the Most High in agreement, because the promise, when they go to Galatians, the 3rd chapter, right, it wasn't established based upon the law, because the Most High gave to Abraham that promise before Abraham was ever circumcised. Before the law came into Israel, the Lord promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that the seed would have this land and they would dwell in it forever. Right? So my thing is this now. If that is the case, because what they will want to say is, well, if the law is so important, the heathen's going to be given the law in the kingdom. The heathen's going to be given the law in the kingdom, but they're not going to be in covenant to the Most High.
Have it right
That's
there.
the difference. Because they're going to be elevated above the state in which there is now. Because as of right now, they're not fit to rule this earth. As of right now, they're not going to rule it in the kingdom to come, but they're not fit to.
Even rule themselves.
They're not fit to beautiful.
They're not even going to rule themselves in the kingdom like that way. But like,
They're not fit to be, walking around freely as they were. Because as they say, they didn't seek after the Most High. Right? We're not going to have you all in the kingdom praising Shiva. That's not going to be done. You're not going to be praising Buddha. You're not going to be praising, who the fuck,
actually,
the Hamites. You're definitely not going to be praising the God you all believe in. Right? You all believe in everything. You all worship everything. You Elamites, you worship rats, you worship. If we were to leave you up to your own devices, ants gonna be made gods in the kingdom. No, it's only you're gonna have 144,000 gods in the kingdom. That's who you're gonna be praising in the kingdom. You're going praising the Most High through them. Praising the Most High and His Son through them. Right? So yes, there's a need to elevate you all above the current state that you all are in right now. But are you all gonna be in covenant to the Most High to escape damnation? No. So don't think just because you're gonna be given the law and given a way to live like a decent human being, so that's basically what you're going to be given. You're going to be forced to live like decent human beings, whether you like it or not. Eventually, you're going to learn to like it because you talk about Isaiah, the second chapter, let us go up to the house of the Lord that we may learn his way. But in the beginning, you are going to be forced to live like decent human being. After being forced to live like a decent human being, and some of your pastors show to you, you're living like a rat and worshiping a rat and an ant and a fly, you're going to sit there and be like, yeah, this is the better way. That is what's going to happen to you all in the kingdom. You're not going to receive salvation. You're not going to be elevated to the state of even scripture talk about the least and the greatest in the kingdom. You're not even going to be on the level with the least just because you all have the law. You're all not in covenant. That is what needs to be established. You see the covenant, the first covenant, the second covenant, that is only established in the house of Israel.
Precepts are there.
Right.
And two precepts are too, because pursuant to what you're saying, Psalms the second chapter, you see why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing. In the kingdom, eventually you end up going off, you know. You can't teach you the law and time, you go want to serve the Lord, but you won't be able to do it 100%. And when you do go off, let's believe you get rods in your back.
Because think about it, the Israelites in this time state, in a better state than them. And them still don't want to serve Yahweh Shem Shai.
And the scripture say, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. In any state, we be more excellent than oil.
Than you are. So if you know the whole nation is only want to serve Yahweh now, we don't bet they're gonna take place with you, especially in the beginning.
Like even in Solomon's glorious kingdom, when we Israelites was on top, them didn't want to serve the Lord. You're not even going to reach that glory. Like the glory Solomon gave to the nation of Israel, the Edomites not giving that to them people now. They're giving it to himself now.
You're gonna have that in the kingdom.
Hell fucking no.
Come on.
You're on top right now and you're not reaching that glory.
Think about it. That's why you're saying you're in your best state, which is not under bondage to us. You all never reach that glory. Come on. So think about it. In the kingdom, you're gonna reach. No. You're gonna be better off than you are now for sure. The earth not gonna be polluted, right? They're not gonna eat rats. Right? They're not gonna eat the abominable thing. That's you need for the Lord with you all. They're gonna distinguish and separate you all from a beast. That's what distinguish and separated us from beast. That's gonna be done to you all as well. But you're not gonna be elevated above that of our Israelite. That is all. That needs to be made clear. And this animal definition is gonna tell you all your current state right now.
Even to the point where as soon as that baby born, Israel baby born the higher than oil.
Right.
Seconds of the womb the higher than oil. Second of the womb the higher. In the womb the higher than oil.
They talk at Solomon now say you all don't even have preeminence above this. Right.
I have to get the point I was going to make. I'll make this point in the next video.
Alright. So now we're going to the word animal here, and then we'll close it, and then we'll do part 2 concerning the wicked. Alright. You are happy, sir? Yeah. Is the word animal here. The word animal here in the etymology dictionary. It says any sentient living creature, including humans, sons and men.
Right, I don't know my piece of that.
They were likened unto animals. This is what they're selling in here. It says
one as beast before. Took precept there is Psalm 73 and 22. So foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee.
Right. So foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee. We got Psalm 73, that big scripture in this. Your mama physical Bible. I think verse
17.
I think it will be down different.
I went into the sanction of power then on the side right there.
Yeah. I think it's around. Which one? It's Psalm 73 and 22. So like I know it's in a different translation. But when it say, so foolish as was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee. So it will be ignorant without the knowledge of the Most High. You're likened unto what?
A
A
beast.
beast. An animal. What that's gonna give it here? Let me go down now to I think is adjective, yes. Right? Late 14th century. Pertaining to the animal spirit of man. It says
So like, you going down to adjective?
yeah, adjective from the 14th century. Right? Pertaining to the animal spirit of man, that is pertaining to the merely sentient as distinguished from intellectual, rational, or spiritual qualities of a human being. So when you're merely sentient, can you go into that word sentient?
Yeah.
Right.
Sentient as the adjective 1630 is capable of feeling, having the power of, or characterized by the exercise of sense perception. So being able to be aware of what is going on.
Right. So you're merely, that's what you merely is. You merely have the spirit of
When they go into science, they talk about the 7 characteristics of living things, known as Grimnar. The sentient would fall under the characteristic of irritability, which is what an living organism's ability to respond to outside stimuli.
right? So when I go now to from the 1540s as pertaining to sensation, by 1630s,
Where's that you then?
the same thing in the
Animal.
adjective, animal adjective,
Oh, okay.
as pertaining to or derived from beasts. So you all were not elevated past that state. Not in this dispensation and time. From since the beginning, I say, from since the beginning till now, you all have not been elevated above that state. Right? See if it's more, yeah. It says as pertaining to the animal kingdom. Right? So you all are barely. It's just Sirach, the 5th chapter will separate you all from animals. That's it. Sirach 17 and 5. Sirach the 17th chapter and the 5th verse.
I just put
it
it on
tells
and I get 10 years maybe.
Yeah, they got it?
Yeah.
Right.
In Sirach 17 and 5 in New English Bible, the Lord gave them the use of the 5 faculties. As a 6th gift, He distributed to them mind, and as a 7th, reason, the interpreter of those faculties.
Right, so your mind elevated above animals slightly, and then you have a 7th sense, which is speech to utter what comes to your mind. But we see it now that since the beginning of time till now, you all have uttered nothing but
Nonsense.
Psalms the 14th chapter gives you that issue. Right? So, Lord willing, this video is edifying and that you all were edified in closing. It's a Kal Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Makakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. As always, we say Shalom unto the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
This was the brothers,
Hanana.
Maya Shala,
And Isaiah,
saying
Shalom.
Shalom.